Hey, what's going on, everybody? Isaac here, and I want to show you two fixed blade knives here that I think are just fantastic for everyday carry or for hunting and outdoors tasks, hiking, whatnot. So, in order to be suitable for everyday carry, they have to be somewhat compact in size. And for me, that is under a 5-inch blade. All right. I think most of you would agree. And I would think a lot of people would say near 5 inches is definitely pushing it for an everyday carry. So, first, what do I want to show first? I don't know. Well, we'll go with this. We'll go with this one first. All right. This is the Colonial CE100. They call this a bushcraft knife. So this has a kydex sheath with a Tech-Lock type belt attachment. Very nice. Holds the knife well. So let's pull this out. We've got a polished black G10 handle and 154 cm steel, which is solid, very respectable blade steel. It is 3/16 of an inch thick back here, and then has this nice distal taper to the point. Some may even call it the bayonet point or talon point, as it's known in Almar knives, which I am a big fan of. I believe I said this is the Colonial Knife Corp logo on there. Of course, it doesn't show right here in this light, but it's there. It was designed by Abe Elias of Diving Sparrow Knives out of Canada, and made in Rhode Island, Colonial Knife Corp, who's been in Rhode Island since 1926. This is just a super comfortable knife to use. It's very thin, almost like bird and trout style, or a supercharged steak knife. This is a 4¼ inch blade. All right, so definitely in that size range I mentioned at the beginning. I think it's great, for a lot of cutting tasks. You want to use this as a hunter, I'm sure it would do just fine. I haven't used it in that capacity, but you never know, I might. Time will tell, of course. It doesn't have a large belly of a skinning blade, but I'm sure this knife would excel with no issues. All right, and it's a tough little bugger too. Check out the video Legion Tactical Cutlery did on this knife and the work that he put this little blade through. Comfortable handle, jimping in the perfect spot here on the back of the blade. All right, let's move on to knife number 2. This is the SOG Provider FX. Also comes in a hard molded sheath with a very nifty spring clip belt attachment here. This hook really makes it secure to your belt. You can move this around. You can loosen these screws. They actually come loose, and you can move them through the gap here. Take it off if you want, and turn it sideways if you want. Carry it like that. Now this knife is 3.5 inches in blade length, so it's shorter, but it has a wider blade with more belly in there. Especially those skinning tasks. If you are one who wants to use this as a hunter, perhaps you would choose this one over the Colonial due to that wider blade with more belly. Now, the similarities with this knife and the Colonial is this is also made in 154 cm steel, which I mentioned before. It's solid, great performer, been around for well over 30 years until last 15 years or so. It was one of the top steels in the market, and all that time at the top, is still pretty solid. It's not the latest super steel, but it is dependable. So this knife has great edge on it. I did touch this up a little bit, and it shaves comfortable grip. Now, as you can see, it's milled out here for more of a skeletonized full tang, and it looks kind of neat with that. These scales are removable if you're so inclined. If you want to, I don't know how much weight a G10 scales would take off, but if you want to go ultra light, you can take those scales off. Something unique about this, you can see this groove right above the handle scales. It's like an arcing groove here directly above. That is what helps secure this inside this sheath. There is a little lip here, and once you slide that in, it hooks into this groove to really keep that knife in there. I've not seen that on any of my knives before. I think that's a neat little function there. Now, this blade is made in Taiwan. Something just fell. I don't know what it was. All right, this blade is made in Taiwan, and this one, the USA. They both also weigh 5 ounces. Okay, according to their websites. I have not put them on my own scale. So overall lengths, you're looking pretty similar here. The SOG has a larger handle. SOG also has this protrusion on the back here in case you need to crack some hickory nuts out there in the woods while you're hiking and camping and hunting and all that. But both very nice, high quality. And you know, I keep thinking of more similarities along the way. First we had the steel, and we had the weight, and we also have the price. They'll both run you $150. Now, this one is only available on the Colonial Knife website. This you can get various knife dealers wherever SOG knives are sold. So the price may vary some, but prices across most dealers are about the same for SOG. So you won't find too much discount on this unless there's a sale. Midway USA, they have 25% off sales on SOG pretty often. So that brings it down to like $110 or something like that. I'm not a mathematician, but they're both really nice. So the Colonial, put it in the search bar. I have a video on it. Legion Tactical Cutlery has a video on it. Choir Boys Outdoors has a video on it. I believe Common Sense Outdoors has a video on this. Not too many videos on this yet. I will have one coming soon. Gideon's Tactical has one. So check his out while you wait for mine. Make sure you watch mine as well. Coming soon to a YouTube near you. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next video.